Have you ever wondered how someone can be so rich in spirit, so kind, such a good person, so sweet, so loving, yet still be so poor, like so financially lacking, having no money, no resources? Like, think of someone you love. You know somebody, or you heard of someone. Maybe it's your mom, your friend, your cousin, your auntie, like someone who's a great person. They really got everyone's best interest at heart at all times. But it seems like God don't got their best interest at heart when it comes to money. You ever wonder why that is? Well, hopefully in this video, I'll be able to break it down in a way that we can understand and then develop a better mindset and move past that level of thinking. Because truthfully, the Bible tells us in Matthew 6:10 that thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Or translating to, relating to the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, as within, as without. So if I'm spiritually abundant, if I'm spiritually rich, how come I'm not financially rich? And it's your boy Caleb Malik tapping in again, man. I know it's been a minute. It's been a couple months since I made one of these videos, man, and I'm back. I'm in that mode again. I hope y'all been great. Hope y'all been in tune with life, in tune with nature. Like, cause we say it's the new year, but shit, spring ain't here yet. You know what I mean? I've been meditating, but really I've been hibernating. You know what I'm saying? I've been going with the flow of nature, but right now I'm planting the seeds again, cause spring is coming up, and right now we getting back in that mode. So this your boy, man. Like, subscribe, welcome to the family, man. So today we're talking about something that I've been journaling about, but I got it down here in my notes too. That spirit without structure does not circulate money. What does that mean? Money is energy. Money is not Money doesn't care about your character. Money doesn't care how good of a person you are. Money doesn't care how nice you treat people. Money doesn't care about that because money is energy. What do I mean by money is energy? Money is stored energy. The value of something is basically the amount of energy we're willing to put into it. So when you put it that way, you realize that money is impersonal. Money doesn't care who you are or what you are. Money cares about structure. Do you have a system for the money to flow to? An example that I came up with for this was, think of someone with a very nice bathroom, like the shower curtains, the shower, the tile, everything nice, overhead showered, and then the whole shower. Then they got the bench in there, nice granite, everything like best shower you could ever think of, some Pinterest shit. But then that shower has no pipes in the wall, so it's not connected to any water. That's the same thing a lot of us feel like when it comes to money, because we can be so polished, we can be such a great person, so nice, so spiritual, so in love, so in tune, but we still broke because we have no flow. We have nowhere for the money to flow to. Because money doesn't care about character, money cares about your systems. Have you built systems for the money to flow through? Because money is like water, it can't be constricted, it has to have somewhere to flow. And once you give it that avenue, then that money becomes abundant in your life. Because money doesn't care how many books you read. Money is objective. Money doesn't care about your genius or your personality. I know we all know somebody who seemed like completely dumb in high school or whatever, but now they very successful, got a lot of money, got a lot of income flowing for themselves, because money doesn't care about those things. It's not dependent on that. So you can't be dependent on that. You can't be feeling like you're behind or that you're powerless when it comes to money, because truthfully, having a good character is something that's valuable, but that doesn't translate to money. The way you translate that into money is by using your character to align with God's purpose for you. You know what I'm saying? Asking God, what am I meant to be doing right now? What is this chapter of my life about? Asking, how can I serve? Because when you use your good character, your good values and principles to serve others, to serve your purpose, then money becomes a byproduct of that. Money is a byproduct of being who you say you are. You can't expect the money to flow if you haven't given money anything to do. So you need to build somewhere for the money to flow. Start a business, start serving the community, find ways that you can solve problems for others, and then monetize it. There's nothing wrong with monetizing problem solving. That's what this is. This is me talking to you in a way that hopefully resonates with somebody out there, resonates with somebody who needs to hear this, somebody who feels like I'm a good person, I'm putting in all this work, but damn, is it worth it? And then when you hear this, and I hopefully it feeds your spirit, and I continue to feed more and more people's spirit and more people's energy, and YouTube will pay me for that. That's my purpose, because God has given me a gift to share my message, to be able to articulate feelings and things that we all go through, but may not be able to put into words, or may not hear anybody putting into words, so we feel alone. I want you to know that you're not alone. You're not powerless. You're not broken. You're not behind. Yes, you have to do the work on your shadow work, on your shadow self to integrate, you know what I'm saying, and realize your limiting beliefs, realize the things you've been through. But ultimately, you didn't ask to be here. You didn't ask for your circumstances. You didn't ask to be born into the life you were born into, and yet still you somehow persevered and didn't let that break you, didn't let that taint you and turn you into a dark, vengeful, hateful person. You still fought through it and became someone that's powerful, someone that's loved, someone that's loving, someone that has a good heart. And when you want the best for others, that's going to reflect financially. But your problem is you have not your problem, but your task right now is to find a way to take that good spirit and translate it into creation. Because we are made in the image and likeness of a creator. So that's what we're meant to do. That's what we're put here to do, to create something. And when you create using your love, using your good spirit, your good energy to solve problems, or design something that could be meaningful, or to help people out, or do anything that's righteous and positive, that's when the money flows. Because the Bible tells us in Romans 2:20, 2:11, Acts 10:34, and Colossians 3:25, and probably even more times, but those are three times I could find. The Bible tells us specifically that God is no respecter of persons. Not meaning that God is going to disrespect you and wants bad for you. It means that God or energy, and money is just stored energy. So stored compartmental value of God. And God doesn't respect persons, meaning he doesn't care about the character. When it comes to money, money isn't revolving around your type of character, what type of person you are, what values and principles. Because some of the people with the most money are the most vile and evil and disgusting people in the world, but they have the most money because money does not respect persons. Money doesn't care about your personality or your character. Money cares, do you have an instrument for it to flow through? So you need to take your genius and apply it to that. Take your genius in building a system. What else do I got here? You are at the moment where spirit alone is no longer enough. You, if you watching this type of content, you are a very spiritual person. You're spiritually awakened, and you're on that journey of finding God and aligning with the God that is within you. And once you get deeper and deeper to this journey, you realize a lot of this shit is fake. A lot of this shit does not matter. Yes, I'm a curse because I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be authentic. A lot of the things that we put on a pedestal is really idol worship. It does not matter. You know what I'm saying? So when you start to get that them spiritual glasses where you can see the lens, you can see behind a lot of things and see what's really going on. See the demons that people are possessed with, that energy, that negativity on people's spirit. You could just see things when you become closer and closer with God. I don't know how else to explain it. When you really lock in with yourself and lock in with God, you get a different eyesight. You know, I might make a video on it. You don't walk with eyesight no more. You start walking with mind sight. Then you elevate from mind sight to God sight. And you start looking at things from a higher perspective. And then you realize a lot of this shit doesn't matter. So then it becomes a choice and kind of a dilemma of, do I continue to do all this work to be a good person and a positive person in this world and loving and a righteous spirit when I see people who are literally doing the opposite and getting exactly what I want? Literally being terrible people or having terrible character or doing things that I would never do. People doing me wrong, saying things I would never say, and then they still prosper. They still go up. They still get all these things. And you start questioning, is it worth it? Well, I want to tell you that don't change your character for money. Because if you're a person who will stop being a good person for money, you're also a person that when money presents itself, you'll sell your soul. Selling your soul don't have to mean what you think, signing a contract to the devil or nothing like that. But selling your soul as you'll sell out. You will sacrifice your character for money if you thought that's how you would get it. And that's not the answer. The answer is to find a way to take your righteousness, take your good spirit, and contribute to others. And once you do that, God will exalt you. The people around you will have no choice but to notice. The right people who've been needing the message that you have will hear it. And then the people who don't want to hear it, them hating on you is just going to lift you up even more. And the higher you get exalted, then that money will come because now you can monetize it. Now you can have a platform. Now you can have a business. Now you can have clients. Now you can have a page where you market things. You know what I'm saying? Now you become more marketable, more visible because you translate your God-given gift of righteousness, of wanting to be spiritually awakened, of wanting to be a good person, and you translate that into money. So that's something I've been realizing. So watch this. We've already made it through the first month of 2026. Spring is coming up. Spring is going to be the season where we harvest. Spring is going to be not the harvest where we bloom. Spring is going to be the season where we shine, where earth turns green again, where things come back to life. So right now is your time to start planting the seeds. Take a month, take 30 days, 60 days. You know what I'm saying? Take some time to really lock in on something, build something, create something, and watch your money flow once you give it an avenue.